Cheers, radio! It's episode 50 and the golden child is back. What's up, Denise Dorado?
Hi.
How are you? It only took about 37 minutes to get set up and start recording.
Well, you don't bring a camera geek to your show without getting some kind of adjustment.
Adjustment?
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Like some kind of camera chiropractor.
Camera chiropractor. Well, I'll be damned. Oh, I stepped on your shoes again. She was wearing white shoes. She came in here and I was like, you know what, Denise? You can't wear new shoes that are cooler than mine on my show.
Sorry, Rick.
How dare you? What's going on? How are you? How you been?
I've been good.
Yeah? You just got back from...
all kinds of places.
Joshua Tree? Is that where you went?
I was in Joshua Tree, yeah. And Big Bear and Palm Springs. And
Oh, really? Those were all different spots? I thought you were just...
different spots, dude. It was snowing in one spot.
Good point.
I was next to the ocean.
I forgot about
spot.
that. Well, it could have been snowing in Joshua Tree as well. That's why.
Yeah, but it's not snowing right now.
Yeah.
So, thanks for stepping on my shoe, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't dirty
That's
them,
cool.
did I?
Yeah, that's all right.
Did I?
A little bit.
Not that clean anyway.
You're just jealous. It's okay. I get it.
What's been going on with you, man? You've been going through the ringer with work. Staying
Yes,
busy.
I
I
have.
like that you've
Yeah,
been living to
staying
your
busy.
potential.
Yeah.
I like that. You've been working hard. You've been crying a little about it. But it's cool.
I'm crying a little bit. Yeah, I do call you to cry and
I
complain.
thought you were going to be sunburned. She
No,
told
you know
me.
what, dude? Seriously? Oh my god, dude! I fucking sent you that video yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? My whole
I'm not
face
sure.
was red. My
See, but
entire face. I got back to my hotel.
Maybe
and
it was
I
just
looked like
hot.
a fucking strawberry.
Something red.
Something red. What's red?
I don't
What
know.
other fruits are red?
Do you remember Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
No.
That's a good cartoon. You missed out.
Am I making too much noise?
No,
I want to do
you're
this right.
good. You're good. Actually, I just peeked a little bit.
You did?
This is my shoe.
Okay.
My shoe's making a weird noise.
So we promised we were going to be more serious this time.
Yeah,
Not
no.
fool around so
You
much.
promised we were
I
going to be more
promised
serious.
that.
Are your eyes changing color right now?
Are they?
They look like greenish right now. Mine might be really stoned.
You're really stoned. No,
I
but
might
yeah,
be.
my eyes are like hazel.
Okay, see?
Weird.
So you're saying both things. Maybe they're both true.
Stop
Maybe I
being
am
paranoid,
stoned
Rick.
and your eyes
This is
are.
your avatar talking.
This is my
Yeah.
avatar talking. Yeah, man. You and I get into some crazy talks all the time.
You said exactly the same thing on your last podcast.
Do it? No,
Same line.
I know I did. And you just threw my train of thought off. And that's
Okay,
exactly
we're
what.
serious, dude. Let's get serious. This is serious work. This podcast is changing lives. We have to be serious.
Hold on.
Zen.
Okay, let me start where I was. Damn it! I can't remember my train of
Dude,
thought.
that's because you're stoned.
No, it's
Not
not.
because of me. Don't blame it on me.
Okay. I'll accept
I promise.
some
I promise
responsibility.
I was gonna be nicer this time. Okay.
No.
Yes.
You did promise.
Okay.
And you
I need to be
lied.
Nice. Why am I so mean to you?
You're not mean. I like
'Cause I care
to
about you.
to give you shit too. That's why.
That's true.
Because you receive a lot of shit. It sounds
do.
gross.
It's because I'm a woman.
Yeah. 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 Speaking of which, it's been good, man. Yeah.
Yes, I've been,
Hustling
hustling
and bustling. It's
and
good.
bustling. But I was telling you, it's good to spend time with people who are masters in their field.
Yeah.
I feel like you really get a sense of like what it takes to be great,
Yeah.
And it takes so much more than we think it does.
I kind of knew.
Well,
I'm just kidding. No, well, there's different.
I'm a
There's
late bloomer.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not. You've been doing your art, which is a giant part of it. There's no shortcuts. You got to do both of them, right? I was all week I was working too around people that are just kind of like moving and grooving, man. I was doing this commercial, but it was just so. This crew was so highly functioning. It was crazy. Like the director was also the DP, and also owned the warehouse and the production company. Like he ran the whole fucking show. Everything was his. Like he's like built like. It was crazy. It was almost
Wow.
like he was creating things. He was like, all right, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then like a bunch of people would rush in and it'd make the most amazing version. I'm like, damn, this guy's like a well-oiled machinist.
Yeah.
He's like almost like he's orchestrating and like
literally creating his reality. Like,
exactly.
In real time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was insane.
Yeah.
They're building sets and they're like, oh, we're gonna do a drive-thru. He's like, I don't know. And he owned the warehouse, so it's just kind of like he'd call these guys and do this and do that. And all of a sudden, we have a drive-through window and it looks legit as fuck. I'm like, this is insane. You guys.
Well, maybe he's been doing this for a long time. He kind of things out.
He said it was year 33 on set that to the day.
No shit.
Yeah.
33 years.
Yeah.
How old was he?
He's like in his 60s probably.
Yeah.
50,
well, see, that's
late 50s maybe.
That's what's cool about hanging out with someone who's done this for more than 10,000 hours. Like once they get into 20,000, 30,000 hours.
That mastery level.
That mastery level, then they start sort of like bending the rules and thinking beyond the craft.
It's so cool. And to watch it is because like I was liking like the way he was. He was just like, this is bullshit. Get the shit out of here. Fuck it. It doesn't work. Like just the way he thinks just like me, but I was like watching like a potential version of what people can do, and to just be like, they're chill, you know, like the way he was super cool. He's like, Rick, baby, how you doing? Every morning, and gives me a hug and shit, like, you know, all week. It was great. Like, I don't know. It's I like that he can just be his genuine self, because I feel like a lot of people in their journey like try to fit themselves into a box because they think that that's the way they're supposed to behave. And like, for example, like in a corporate setting, right? You're at work and everybody acts a specific way with each other, and it's just kind of like, you can all be yourselves, man.
Well, I think when you're starting out, it's probably important to just observe your environment as much as possible.
100%.
And not rock the boat, you know, ask plenty of questions, go beyond what you're asked to do. I think there's like a beginner's mindset that's important. I think someone like him has earned his sense of confidence, you know.
Yeah.
I think that confidence sounds like that confidence is real after 33 years.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a danger to acting too confident and too masterful, like when you're starting out, because then you're blocking out
things that could be coming in.
And you're not learning, and you're not curious or hungry for that knowledge. If the most important thing for you is to, you know, be perceived as someone who knows what they're doing, I think that's dangerous, right? I think you could get more out of just admitting that you're a beginner and admitting that, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, there's more. There's always something to learn. Yeah.
Sure, and you know, it's like people are not going to be threatened by you. People are going to want to help you.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, you were on a crew too. Shit, how was that? You were with the crew of a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, it
seemed like it went really well. You guys seem to get along.
Yeah, we get along really well, which is great, which is really important.
You were doing a shoot for. Can you talk about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the shoes I'm wearing are really cool, but I can't show them because they're not going to be released till next year.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So I can't even put them on Instagram, dude. It's like a complete mystery right now.
They look really fucking cool. They look like some space shoes.
But yeah, so I think, this is like...
Hey, I want some.
2019, baby.
Really?
You gotta wait.
Wait, 2018.
Next year. They're coming out next year. Not this year.
Shit, I keep forgetting we're 2018. Yeah.
So we were doing a shoot for Adidas Terex. We've done a lot of work with them. They're like the outdoor.
Oh, nice. Like the division.
Category, division of Adidas.
That's cool.
So we were shooting runners this time.
Like legit runners.
Legit runners, like professional athletes, were flown in, and they were super dope. And it's always fun to work with athletes. Like, I feel like, you know, I've worked with musicians. You know, we've shot musicians. We've shot plenty of other people from, you know, different industries. But I just feel like athletes just naturally have this like just ease about them, and they're just down for whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
It's funny you say that. All right, my last guest was an athlete.
Yeah.
And
I saw him. And you know what's nice about athletes too is, like, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
But like, they already embody a sense of mastery. Because to be an athlete, you have to be a master. Like, you have to be on that road. Repetition.
Boom,
constantly.
boom.
These runners, like, even though we were making them run for miles and miles in all these different locations,
that's what they do.
Cold, whatever, in nothing. I mean, one of the runners was wearing like a
man thong.
That's his thing.
What is that thing? What is that thing? I remember John Mayer wore it, and that's when I became famous.
Or Borat.
Yeah.
Borat. It's a mankini. I don't know. It's like. But he's
it looks so uncomfortable.
But he's just like
straight up your ass.
Yeah, straight up your ass.
So he's running in that.
But no, he was running in Adidas, you know.
Yeah, obviously.
And the shoes.
But that was like
that. But he would do that for fun.
Yeah.
But what I was saying was, like, we make these runners like run for miles and miles for the shot, but they're running their miles like before we even start shooting,
Yeah.
or after,
It's
or
part of their shit.
during break. Like they're doing their thing. You know, they take like one of the runners that I was working with, Abby Levine. She takes one day off, Mondays, and you know
she probably doesn't know what the fuck to do on Monday. She's like,
yeah, and she'll
I'm
run
usually running
8
right now.
miles. She'll run 8 miles and like nothing. Like
Yeah,
it's nothing to her.
Ugh. What she does? She does like the
She does
Moabs.
like 4.5 minutes a mile or something like that.
Oh,
she's a trail runner.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the girl who won the Moab 240 this year, or 200. It's like 240 miles, a 240-mile race.
Yeah.
And she won it. She did it in like in 48 hours. It's insane.
240 miles.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's like mountain, like, you know.
Yeah, it's like
you're going uphill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so insane. I think because athletes are that, because it's just, you know, I guess it's a part of the lifestyle,
it's a part of the lifestyle, yeah. And to hear their life stories and stuff like that, it's really inspiring. Like Abby did sports in high school. She went to Andover, which is a really tough school, and then she went to Princeton for college. Yeah, she's a smart
Both
girl.
of them.
Like, yeah, I mean,
killer.
And you know, she was telling me that she was doing 3. She was swimming. She was doing like, you know, basketball, and she was running, and so
in college.
In high school.
Oh.
And then she decided to stick with running, and that took her through graduate school.
She's like, I'm really good at this.
But yeah, it's like, you know, it's like athletes. Like I didn't get into. I'm like the most active I've ever been today than I ever was. Like, I didn't get into sports when I was in high school. I was more of like the artsy, like, you know, music type of person, girl, photography, all that junk. I wish I did. I regret not taking that more seriously, because I just think, like, you know, like we were talking about the other day, it's like there's so much that you process with your body. You know?
Yeah. I tell you that I go through the body, like,
yeah.
When I'm like in mental funks, I go through I'm like, I gotta work out. I can't.
Yeah, I have to remind myself that, because sometimes you know, you get into these moods where you're like, man, am I ever gonna snap out of this?
Yeah.
but you have to remember, like, yeah, get your body moving, or change your environment. You know. I
just like to go and beat the shit out of my ego. You know what I mean? Like, go to failure on shit and being like, fuck. Like, damn, like, I'm seeking failure every workout. Yeah. And it's just, I think it's just good for you. It just blows out monkey energy that we have, as Joe Rogan says. Monkey energy we have, like. Yeah. And just gets you to your actual, you know, and it changes your brain chemistry too.
It gets you, like, back to, like, your original self.
Exactly.
Right? And, you know, it's like before we invented language, we thought mostly visually, right? And intuitively. Because we lived, why? Because.
No, I'm saying, how weird is that I feel like we're losing the intuitive part.
Yeah, absolutely we are. We're getting to.
And that's why that was one of our first communications, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're getting too literal in language. You know, like we're thinking, we're sort of losing the ability to think abstractly. You know, to think visually, and it's really important to feel. To feel. You know, plenty of inventors and like, for instance, like Albert Einstein would. You know, he would be thinking about, you know, the theory of relativity before he actually figured out what it was, which actually, he was getting so frustrated working on that problem that he just decided to go to sleep and give up. And it finally came to him in his sleep. Yeah. But, you know, he would draw, like, diagrams. Like, he would think about things visually to sort of, like, stimulate that part of his mind. And that's something that we forget to do. To you know, to think about it in, what's the word? Spatial type of way. I don't know, but
spatial.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So anyway, think visually. But going back to the athletes and working through your body, I think there's so much intelligence that comes out of that. There's so much.
Well, I think a lot of it is like dogs, right? Dogs, like, you need to walk dogs. They need to go and they need to blow out their energy. Otherwise, they're going fucking crazy. Yeah, we're the same. We act like we're this. You know, we've evolved to, like, do cool shit, and we can share and create ideas. But at the end of the day, we're still a mammal, and we got to blow out energy. Like, our body hasn't adapted. Like, this body used to have to do shit, and now it's so easy to not do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to work that shit out. Yeah. It's like your body needs it. Your little fucking avatar needs it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, your body.
As I shimmy my shoulders, you know.
Right. And it's all, like, obviously, it's a lot of chemistries going on, and
But then, you know, also the problem that athletes have a lot too is that they get really good at doing that they can't do other things well. Does that make any sense? Because they've only adapted, like they've dedicated their entire life to this, you know, whatever sport it is.
Yeah. And
it's like, shit, I don't have time to learn anything else because I'm fucking mastering this.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, I've had the experience of trying to have a deep conversation with an athlete once. No, it's
How'd
fine.
that go?
No, you know, he was very he was a good sport about it. I get a little too weird, you know.
He tried.
Yeah.
That's what you were gonna say. You see, he tried.
He tried.
Yeah.
No, he was awesome. But
I'm not
But
doubting.
I could see, like, dude, I can't do the shit that he does.
Of course
you know
not.
I mean?
Everybody has their own shit, you know.
Yeah, everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, but I was trying to talk to him about
the theory of relativity
art and creativity. No, not the theory. Well, maybe that, but
you're like, dude, quantum physics. He's like, what? The fuck is that?
Oh my god, I saw the coolest film last night.
What was it?
It's called Alphago.
Alphago?
Yeah.
What's it on?
It's I don't know what it's on, but
Where'd you see it?
I downloaded it. Did I? Fuck. Giving myself away again. God damn it. Cut this part out.
God damn it. Nothing gets cut out. What about it? What's it called?
Alphago.
Alphago.
It's about this
I like the name.
It's about this artificial intelligence firm in London called DeepMind. It's like funded by Google. They created a program called Alphago. Have you heard of the board game called Go? I had never heard of this, dude.
Go.
This is like the most popular board game in Asia. Like,
what does it look like?
So
what is it? What is it?
It's like it's like a board, and then there's dots on it, and then people place like little pebbles, like little round pebbles, like
like Mancala.
I don't know
or whatever.
What is that?
It's like a wooden box and it has a bunch of little divots.
No, not that. No, it looks like a chessboard.
Is it Mancala? I don't know what the fuck
It's
I'm
like a flat board. But anyway, so this firm invented, is creating and is still working on an AI that plays Go, and it played. They made this whole documentary on it. It played against the most.
Oh, it's a documentary. It's not a film.
It's a documentary. It's a film.
I mean, it's a film, but yeah, but I gotta know the type. I'm thinking like it's a fiction.
No. Yeah, it's nonfiction. It was a doc, and
I love docs.
Yeah. So anyway, so it played against.
Sorry, I'm dying here, guys.
So much. See, this is what weed does, guys.
No, you know what? I need to get a drink.
Okay. This is when we pause.
No, we're not pausing. We just talk to them. You want a carbonated water?
Carbonated water. That looks fancy. Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah, I'll take one.
I'll take one. We're not doing any coke tonight, though.
Huh?
We're not doing any coke tonight. I'm taking a reprieve.
We're giving it up for Lent. Oh, it's Lent right now, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I seen people walking around with fucking ash in their forehead, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, then maybe it is.
Listen, guys, I'm not trying to hate, but that's some ridiculous shit. Don't put fucking dirt on your face.
Yeah.
It's bad for your skin. What were you saying? I'm sorry. Oh, the Alphago.
Yeah,
so
Alphago. I don't even know why I brought it up.
I don't know.
What was the original reason?
Because it's awesome.
But anyway, it played against the top Go player in the world. This guy named Lee Sedol. He's from South Korea. He's a fucking genius.
Of course.
And it played against him, and they played 5 games.
Stereotypes are true. Asians are smart.
Hey, and it won 4. The AI won 4. So it totally blew this guy's mind. It blew like the minds of like that region, that part of the world, because there's so many implications that now like an AI
of course
can be better than any human. But look, if you watch the film, you'll understand like how complicated this game is. Go, because it requires so much intuition.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like for a non-human to be able to play that better than a human is just
interesting.
It's just insane, and it. The good thing is, I mean, it was heartbreaking for Lee Sedol and all his fans, and of course.
Oh no, Lee is a failure.
No, he's not a failure.
I'm sorry, all my fans. He has fans?
You need to look this guy up.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he's like a legend. He's a legend.
Yo,
he's
everybody listening, go look this motherfucker up.
See, he's like a celebrated, like, he's a world champion. You know. Anyway.
At this fucking game called Go.
Go.
That nobody in the United States plays. Do they play? I mean, I guess, right?
Let's get back to something that Americans are more interested in.
No, I'm just saying.
Talk about
Americans. Mexican Americans. No, you know what? I was lucky to have kind of both, because I wasn't in sports or anything in high school or nothing, but I was in the drum line, and I played in a jazz band. I played all kinds of shit. So it's like, that's my artistic aspect of it, but marching band was so physical. I'm like congested right now.
Rick, you're just having all kinds of problems right now. What's
I was sick as fuck all week.
What's happening, sweetheart?
I was sick as fuck all week.
Why are your eyes red? Why are you teary?
Oh, I'm stoned right now.
You want to talk about something? Huh? Something on your mind?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm here for you.
I was lucky because I was playing in the marching band, so it's physical. Like what we were doing, it sounds ridiculous, but it was like a lot of it's like military command style, like, you know, standing at attention, wearing your drum,
practicing early in the morning.
Yeah, early as fuck every day.
Disciplined schedule.
And then after school till like 6 o'clock, you know. So I kind of got both. I was also in the wrestling team. Like, I don't know. It's at least for me it's easier because I'm a dude. Like I go through the body, you know.
Yeah.
I go through. It's instinct to me.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I appreciate athletes, and I admire them a lot because I know what it requires.
Mm-hmm.
So much, like, it's very mental, and we think it's only physical, but it's like those dudes have strong minds, and those girls have strong minds, like
Absolutely.
to do all of that.
And it's second nature to them, you know. But yeah, and that's
its own level of genius.
Yeah, and so I started climbing a couple of years ago, and I've just. It always surprises me how much the mind plays into it. Like,
oh man.
And I'm like, you know, there will be times when I'm lucky I have really great climbing partners who push me.
It's important.
It's really important.
To have in every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
I always, man, you become the average of the 5 closest people around you. And I'm always like, protect your light with your life, guys.
Yeah.
Because if you're hanging around fucking... There's one thing to be like, there's one, I don't know, it sucks because there's also like you can have friends, right, that are they're great people and you love them, but they're just not doing anything, and they're bringing you down, and they're complaining about everything, and the negativity. It's like you just gotta be like, you know what, I can't sacrifice myself because you're bringing yourself down. And it's like, even though I love you, but I just can't be around you. But anyway,
absolutely.
Yeah,
no, I agree with that. And this is what I was telling you the other day. It's like, wow, I'm looking at my life, and it's like the 5 closest people to me are all pushing me so hard.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm just being like tested right now, and like,
which is good. You're doing it.
Yeah, and you were saying like, well, this is going to take you to the next level of you, and you're absolutely right. But it's like, it's so funny because it's like they're pushing me, and I'm just failing over and over again. And but it's toughening me up, and it's like now I'm like starting to see like, okay.
But it's those aren't really failures. They're lessons. So you're just getting a lot of data right now. You're learning a lot about yourself, about your potential, about what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also learning, like, you know, like you said, when you take those things out of your life, whatever is taking that vital energy away from you. It's amazing. It's amazing what happens.
How much energy frees up.
Yeah, how much energy frees up for yourself and for other things and for your work, which obviously at this stage of our lives right now, our work is paramount. It's the most important thing.
Oh my God, yeah. It's everything. It's everything, because it's not like they're, you know, I can't do anything else. I work in entertainment, and that's it, you know? So it's just like, it'd be like poison if I did anything else. And it's like, and people were like, well, you know, why do you put yourself through? I'm like, 'cause.
You mean like if you switched careers?
Yeah, I would just never be able to. For me, it just doesn't make sense to me. Because I do all the things that I love.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all you need to do. That's all you need to worry about.
And be able to maintain a great living, like, it's.
Yeah,
I'm like, why would I change anything?
Yeah, that's something that people don't think about too. It's like,
because the lows can be low.
Well, yeah, but the lows for us, like in our industry, it's like we don't know where our next job's gonna come from, and that's a really scary thing.
But the highs are high.
But here's the thing. It's like so many people. I feel like most people judge your progress just by looking at you, and like the outside, right? Like, they don't understand what's going on in here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Like, they don't understand the progress.
Just put it into her heart and her head, guys.
Yeah, sorry. Podcast peeps.
Yeah.
And it's just something you have to trust. And I feel like at this stage in our lives, it's about taking in as much information as possible, and then hopefully.
But also being very like picky with what you're taking in. I think I always tell people, I'm like, be careful with what you're taking in, down to the fucking people you follow on Instagram.
Dude, I deactivated my Facebook. I couldn't.
All that shit. Anymore. It's insane.
It's just like, man, there's nothing on here that's useful to me.
I deleted my Snapchat off my phone.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting rid of Instagram.
I don't know. That one's good for me. I love Instagram. I just try not to use it as much. You know what I mean? It's a tool.
Yeah.
And you can't let your tools control you. Everything's a tool. You know. But yeah, you gotta all of that shit's important. I'm careful about everything. Like if I follow somebody and they're just posting shit that brings me down, I'm like, I don't want to open up my Instagram and then I see some bullshit that's gonna make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
You know, because like even like, you know, accounts that are like, you know, pushing progressive thoughts or whatever, you know, as I'm doing air quotes. Mm-hmm. But some of them get so intense where it's like, fuck this, you got to do that. And it's just like, it's like, oh man, you're so intense. Like, why can't we be pro the opposite of what that negative thing is, instead of being like, fuck this, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense. Like if you're anti-war, you're not going to be like, fuck war. You should be pro-peace. You know? Where is that from? I've heard that somewhere.
But look, I mean, there's an infinite number of ways to...
I think that was in The Secret.
What?
Like, almost verbatim. Where it's like the guy says, like, don't be anti-war. I think it's John Canfield. Mm-hmm. You know the guy is? There's like, you know, he's the writer of Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul and all those books or whatever. He's like some millionaire guy. He's on that DVD of The Secret. Mm-hmm. I always say, like, everybody's like, I believe in The Secret. And I'm like, look, I think The Secret is good. It's great. It works if you work. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't just wish all day like, oh, I wish I was rich. I wish I was rich. I wish I was rich. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. And a lot of people do that. They're like, dude, I practice The Secret. I'm just positive. I think the negative out of my life. And I just sit there and I'm, oh, Lord. If I just had $100 million, everything would be fine. You know what I mean? Like,
what's this shaking? Are you shaking dice?
Yeah. Are you... You're just shaking your fist at like, oh, Lord. Just holding your little cross or whatever.
Like, Dave Chappelle a little bit.
Yeah. And people, that's what people take The Secret as. And I'm like, no. It's good. It's good to visualize what you want. It's good to, but when you visualize what you want, it's almost like you start to build a path towards what you want, right? But you got to act towards that path. You know what I mean? Like, I just think people are misunderstanding what quote unquote the law of attraction is and all this shit. Is just, what that means is not like, oh, you have to just be positive all the time. It just means cut all the bullshit out of your life so you can get out of your own way and function at your full potential. Yeah. I feel like that's what The Secret is.
Cutting all the bullshit out of your life. Yeah.
Cutting all the fat. Okay, getting real lean. Getting some abs.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you're talking about this because I feel like The Secret has become like this very consumerist idea.
100%.
Like, there's a whole industry.
This lady made The Secret the secret.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah, but
she's like, I'm gonna make a DVD. And
but dude, it's like anything else. It's like yoga is misunderstood. You know, it's like there's so many things.
Everything gets pushed.
Everything gets pushed to the easy to digest, like consumerist.
6-minute abs.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what it is, and you know, I feel like it could be a dangerous idea, to think, like you said, if you just think happy thoughts, and
that's what people take it as, though.
I think like the danger to that is like, wow, like I've been thinking happy thoughts like all day long for years, and nothing good is happening, and I feel like that can keep someone in a perpetual like state, like stagnation. Yeah. And maybe like a state of depression. Yeah. And it's like,
well, you might be like, you know, I've been practicing The Secret, and nothing changes, and you go further the opposite way. Yeah. You know.
I just don't think like people have a framework of like how they're supposed to live their lives, like how.
There's no way though. There's no specific way.
There is no specific way, but for people that are interested in like what you and I talk about, like mastery, if they're interested in becoming great at something particular.
Repetition. I think that's the way to do it.
It's not just repetition. It's a lot of things. I feel like.
And what I mean by repetition is just like working your craft and pushing it constantly. Boom.
Yeah, but how do you work in your craft if you don't know what it is? I feel like there's a lot to be said for
Oh, you're saying if you don't know.
For instance, like I don't know,
try
pick something.
What
like if you want to be
a really good climber like you.
A really good climber. I'm not a great climber.
Look at this, she's blushing.
I'm not.
She's fucking blushing.
I'm really not that good, honestly.
I'm not that good. Check out my Instagram.
I go out and I go out and
fucking
try to
savage.
And I just embarrass
You're really
myself.
good. You're really good. But I don't know, like climbing. I don't know. I picked that.
Okay, climbing, but it's just more physical. Pick something that's not that physical. Pick something that's like creative, like
graphic designer.
Graphic designer. Okay. So you decided you want to be a graphic designer when you were in high school.
Yeah.
You decided that's like your jam.
I want to be a graphic designer.
Okay, so then you learn everything there is to know about.
I'm learning.
And not only that, but you learn, like maybe you go to college or you learn about art history.
Oh, look at that, art history.
You learn about what is at the base of graphic design, right? So it could be art history. It could be It could be mathematics. Yeah. It could be computer science. There's so many like branches off of graphic design.
True.
And it's like it's your job to spend like 6, 7, 8 years learning all of that, and maybe hopefully apprenticing with another a master graphic designer, somebody who's ahead in their field, and maybe they can get an internship or get some kind of apprenticeship with this graphic designer and learn by seeing, because we can't just learn by reading and learn on our own. It's really important. It's a very basic evolutionary thing to do, to watch someone do something and learn through that. That's how most apprenticeships.
That's how I learned the best. When somebody doesn't, I'm like, "What are you doing?" I see it. I'm like, "Okay, I can recreate that exactly," because I'm a lot more visual.
And that's why, like for us, like for me, it's like, it helps for me to watch great actors or great directors or great films. Like you learn so much through that, and watching bad films too.
It influences, It influences your well, not influences, but it changes or broadens your perspective. Because sometimes people will do something and you're like, oh, I would have never done that way.
Yeah.
And it opens like a different, almost like stream of consciousness to a different a realm of possibility. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, and there's like, I think that's really important because, if you're on this road to mastery in whatever field, like you have to find ways to help you think outside the box, to help you like lubricate your mind, and you have to find it in other areas. Don't spit on it. Fuck. Really? It's supposed to be a serious podcast. All right, we went crazy the last time. 42 was crazy. 50. This is 50.
Listen, guys.
By the way.
This is episode 50, guys.
Have we talked about this shit?
No, this is episode 50. And I'm talking about spitting on your brain.
Is that what you're talking about?
Lubricate your thoughts, you said, and I said spit on it.
It's just the wrong word to use.
I know what you mean. Just to get the wheels turning. Just different ways to.
People have different ways of doing that for themselves.
100%.
There's this writer.
I just say get really good at whatever it is, and the way to do it is by do it.
You can't just it's not just doing it.
Yeah, it is. Over and over and on. Obviously, it's not like doing the same shit. I'm saying just doing a lot of it and keep pushing your work and keep pushing your boundaries. That's how you get good at it. That's how you master things. And the problem is that, like, for example, in the entertainment industry, like actors or whatever, they're just like, they're not acting. And then they expect to get a job by going to auditions, but they never act. They're never in class. They're never rehearsing. They're never reading scripts. They're never doing.
Yeah, sure.
How the fuck would you get a job if you don't? You never do it.
Yeah.
You're coming in. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be grinding. It's a muscle. Everything's a muscle.
Absolutely.
So you gotta do whatever it is that you. If you're a drummer, practice.
Yeah.
Or that's what I did for most of my life, and like it's one of those things where you master a certain thing. Like I mastered a lot of those, like a lot of aspects of drumming. You can't like master drumming, but like as far as like rudiments go or whatever things like that, I just like foundational things of playing, like those are all mastered. It just took a long fucking time and a lot of practice, just over and over, and then faster and faster and faster and faster and cleaner, and and focused on technique or whatever. Yeah, it's I love it. I miss it. I miss doing it as much as I used to.
Yeah, I tried playing guitar when I was in high school, and I was like, after a while, like I hit this plateau.
You're like, I'm just not good at this.
I can't do this, and I wish I wouldn't have given up, because that's one of the hurdles we have to get over, right?
Fear.
It's not just fear, but it's like there comes a point where we hit a plateau, and we're like, wow, like I don't think I can get any further than this, or I'm bored, or I don't feel challenged, or, like you lose connection to whatever you're doing, or maybe you lose confidence. You're like, man, like you look at something you've written. I mean, I'm kind of going through that process right now. I'm writing, and it's like,
how's that going? That's really hard to do.
It's really tough, dude. It's like the biggest challenge.
For some people, it's easy, but I don't think they understand like what type of writing. Like some people can just write, but writing a script is very difficult. Very hard. Especially when it has to be approved and it has to be in a certain format. You know what I mean? Like, it's different.
Yeah. And I've always felt like writing is my biggest strength, like out of anything else.
Your biggest what?
My biggest strength.
And yet you don't do it.
And yet it's the hardest thing I'll ever do. It's the worst for me. Like I love it and I hate it and I avoid it.
I think I think your eye is stronger than your writing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How do you know? Really? How do you know?
You have an eye. Obviously, you have two of them. But I mean, you have an eye for. I see the way you shoot things. Like I've seen a lot of your work. See the way you shoot things, and it's like, yeah, it's a perspective. You have you're very meticulous and like particular with what you shoot. Yeah, with what you shoot, and it's like, in a weird way, it's like. It's very interesting because it's like you're making art, and art doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense. Does that make sense?
My stuff makes sense?
Yeah, like, to me. You know what I mean?
Great.
Like when you're saying like when I see the way you shoot things, I see a lot of symbolism. I see a lot of when I've seen little clips you do and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, and like it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I love that. I love that you're saying that. I'm hoping that you're saying.
There's a lot of people out there that have the thing the same. I'm sure.
Well, I'm hoping you're saying that because like somehow I'm using cinematic language that resonates with you. You know.
I just feel like I understand it. I understand how you're like why, and then we've talked about things you've shot too, and you're like I'm like totally makes sense. Yeah, totally makes sense.
I mean, I've definitely had more time developing my eye. I mean, that's something like photography and filmmaking.
So you can't say you're better at one thing if you do another thing a lot, and then you're good at maybe you have potential.
But I've also written a lot.
Oh, okay. So then why is it the hardest thing for you?
Why is it the hardest thing for me? Because I expect so much from myself. Because
why are you not meeting your expectations?
What's that?
Are you not meeting your expectations? What are you expecting?
I'm expecting to be on par with people that I admire, with other
That's how you get good.
I know, but here, okay, so and I've put it a little bit in the back burner.
In the or on the?
Whatever. What is it? In the on the back burner? On the back burner because it's on the stove. Okay, sure, whatever. Not in it. Don't put in it. Don't put it in.
Put it on. Not
Spit
in.
on it.
Spit on it and put it on. What are we talking about? I don't know. Bagels.
So anyway, what I was saying was
Did you lose your chair?
So the process I feel like I'm going through right now is like, okay, I get really enthusiastic about an idea. And then I start working on it. I start, building some structure around it. And then I
abandon it.
No, I don't abandon.
I do.
I look at, here it comes. Here's when it comes. I look at it. I'm like, man, this isn't as great as I thought it was. What the fuck am I thinking? I'm a piece of shit. Fuck this. And I'll like toss my journal, whatever it is. Like, I just like, the trick is to stay in there and work through it.
It's just not your job. I'm like pointing at you. Te estoy regañando, Denise.
That's not my job.
It's not your job to judge your work. You create what you feel. That's it. Let the world judge your shit.
Yeah, but screenplays are different.
Maybe.
Screenplays are different because here's the thing.
But you're judging it. Let somebody else do it. That's what I mean is like you're thinking like this is a piece of shit. Have somebody else read it. Even if it's
No, what I'm doing, Rick, what I'm doing now is like I'm starting to engage and not and move past that, move past that phase.
Just pushing through it.
Just keep pushing through, keep working on it. And it's like, I feel like my life revolves around that. Like, to me, that's the most important thing.
What?
To be writing.
To be writing?
To be writing.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but you've just gotten good at your visual aspect of your life.
Well, I hope to marry the two at some point. That's what I'm.
That's the goal.
That's what I'm. Yeah, right? That's my goal.
It's all part of it.
Yeah.
In filmmaking, it's just never ending. You're never gonna stop learning. That's what's crazy about it.
Learning. And you know what's interesting? It's like, I don't know what's gonna come out of me. I don't know how that creative process is. It's
exciting
to
though.
Manifest. It's exciting, but it's like, I have this idea about creativity that it's not really you. Like, it is you, but it's like you're more like you're listening to, you're sort of like tapping into something, whatever you want to call it.
It comes at some random times too.
It's in like another dimension or the spirit, whatever it is. Like, it just like comes through you, and that's what I feel like.
A lot of people say that too. A lot of artists say that.
Yeah, and I feel like the last couple of years, like, it's just been all of this like energy that I have is just coming.
Pent up.
It's pent up energy. It's coming out, and I have to make something. I have to do something creatively to process it.
I've been like, God damn it, Denise.
Yeah.
Make something. I've been trying to tell you that for a minute. Yeah, I'm glad you're moving. I'm glad you're moving and grooving to create more.
I'm doing the best I can, Rick.
No, now you are. I know you, but recently it's great. It's great. I'm proud of you. You've been killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's I just feel like I like when people work to their potential, especially when I see somebody that's good at something. Because I see a lot of people that are whack at things, and they do it over and over and over, and then they beat out other people that are more talented than them simply because they work harder and they're more consistent.
Sure, exactly. Yeah. No, it's like I hate that I haven't written and directed a piece in like way too many years. I don't even want to. I have done it. It's been too long since I've done something, like a traditional narrative piece.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because it's like, what's more exciting than that? Like, to me, it's like when I'm on my deathbed, whenever that is, like, I want to be able to say that I made something.
You did. You've already made a lot of things too, though, in front of the camera.
Yeah, true. But I want to, like,
You want to, like...
I want to make something...
I want to, like, I'm going to give you a gift, eh?
Yeah, I want to give you a gift.
Hey,
here's my gift to the world.
Here's my dance.
Remember
hey
me,
world.
Don't forget me. I am now dead, but I am a ghost. And you're a DVD player.
You're Russian. Here lies Russian Denise Dorado. Yeah, we thought she was a filmmaker. She was really a Russian spy.
I mean, whatever that is, like...
Traitor.
Look, if tomorrow I get some whatever show or gig or film, whatever, I'll work on that or whatever. But I still feel like
that's the point, though. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're supposed to be creating your own shit while working on other shit. I just feel like that's the game.
Yeah, I can't help it, Rick. It just comes out.
It's good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's verbal diarrhea.
It is. It just. It's like spiritual diarrhea.
Yeah. Spiritual verbal diarrhea. It doesn't smell though.
Yeah.
It smells good. It smells like lavender.
Like, I have I know when I need to make something, when I start having like this like creative anxiety. It's just like things are coming to me. I'm like,
I see you. But I see you moving and grooving, man.
But you've seen me like this. I'm just like, oh man, like, I just like I'm hit with inspiration. It doesn't feel pleasant. When I'm inspired.
It's because I don't think
like this like stirring in my
it just
soul.
means like, let me out. You know what it's like?
You
know what you're like? You're like a dude who hasn't jacked off in a long time. And it's just in there, and the semen's like, dude, we're living in your balls. And it's getting crowded in here, man.
Yes.
And you're like, yo, man, we gotta fuck something or a hand or something. And Denise is like, hey, man, I might write. That's exactly what your art is like. You need to just jack off. Jack your art off.
Is that what it looks like too? Does it just look like semen splattered on a wall or a pillow or a teddy bear?
Something. It's a fucking teddy bear. Hey, man. I don't like where this is going.
You brought this shit up, dude. That's your
furries.
metaphor.
Furries now? Fucking teddy bears?
What do you want me to say?
What's this world coming to? What's this world coming to?
I'm just riffing off of you, Rick. That's all I'm doing.
Jizzing on teddy bears. That's bestiality.
That is not bestiality. You know what's bestiality?
It's a bear.
The Shape of Water. That's bestiality.
I haven't seen it yet. I have it.
I actually don't want to talk about that film.
Why not? Is it weird? Everybody said it was beautiful. Is it a mutant? Is it like a mermaid fucking a human?
Guillermo del Toro. I'd love to work with him one day.
So why don't you want to talk about it?
Let's talk about something else.
Why?
'Cause.
No? Okay. Let's talk about something else. I haven't even seen it. I have it. I have so many screeners that I just didn't. Yeah. I'm supposed to get rid of them, but yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I watched I, Tonya. That was good.
Oh, I love that one.
She wrote that, right?
Homegirl?
Yeah, Margot. Or she like co-wrote it or produced it or something?
She produced it. I don't think she wrote it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, she didn't write it.
Something she did.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Margot
but she
Robbie's
like pushed it through.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's killing it. She's killing the game, and she's hot. What's up,
Margot?
Go.
She's super hot. But dude, that's what it probably feels like. What you just described. I can imagine being a guy.
It's crazy. Like I see it. I see it all the time. Guys that don't work out, probably haven't jacked off in a long time, or fucked anyone, much less, or never fucked anyone. Oh my God, there's a lot of those guys.
You see guys like that?
Everywhere. They're all over the goddamn. Everywhere.
How do you know?
Oh, I know.
How do you know? How do you know for sure?
I know it's been too long for a lot of these guys. Like,
yeah.
Just everybody's just so angry. I'm like, man, if these people were fucking,
let's talk about.
They'd be happier.
Sexual energy. That thing's giving me burpees.
Burpees? I love burpees.
I know you do, especially at 7 in the morning.
Sometimes you got to do them in jail.
Sexual energy can be converted into creative energy.
How so?
I just feel that. I don't want to get into details, but I feel like...
Why not? What do you mean? How? Like, sexual energy can be turned into...
I feel like...
I think it can be used.
I think men, especially, I feel like they sort of waste that a little bit, you know? Like, instead of just, like, you know, watching another porn or...
I think it's... Oh, that's... Yeah.
Or, like, you know...
That's
like
part of it.
They can convert that sexual energy into creative energy and, you know?
There's something to that, but... I think what you don't realize is that you can't think sometimes. And people are like, that's what they freak out. That's all you think about.
So tell me, so you're like full of testosterone and you're just like, I need to.
Yeah, I need to fuck something or something. Every dude knows what I'm talking about. If it's been forever, like it's crazy. It's crazy. But you can't think through. It's like, yeah, you can do art, you can do all that shit. You still are going to want to fuck. And you're going nuts about it.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I think that's why guys think that it's stronger than women. Maybe. I think women are just more selective because somebody's going inside of you. Which is very strange. So, I don't know. It's a lot more intrusive, I feel like. Because the dude's like,
you're receiving,
right?
something. And
the woman's like,
possibly
whoa.
with a little, like, deposit.
Dropping some kids off.
Yeah.
Literally.
Seeds.
Hey, I'm gonna drop these. I'm gonna leave these here. You fellas make yourself at home.
Don't mind them.
Hopefully.
They know where they're going. They have little GPS systems in there.
How crazy is that? That's how we make people.
They have GPS. Those little guys. They know exactly where they're going.
Yeah.
No one has to say anything to them.
Millions of them.
Millions. Trillions.
All of them. Instinct. Probably. We gotta fucking go!
And then one of them wins, Rick. One wins.
I won, motherfucker. I can run, swim.
You can swim.
You won too.
I did win.
We just started winning.
Can you imagine?
Hashtag winning, Charlie Sheenan. Huh?
Let's just we're automatically winners.
That's why I say
we're born
it's so fucking special to be alive. And I'm in LA, baby.
Yeah.
I'm in Miami, trick.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I love it out here.
City.
I think it's time for some hot seat questions.
What? Is it really going that fast?
Yeah.
How long have we been talking?
About an hour. That's
no.
Cool. Yeah. Think I'm kidding? Think I'm playing with you, Denise? Listen, Denise. If you're in an elevator full of people and you let out a gnarly fart.
Oh my God.
and the guy next to you says, "Did you just fart?" What do you say? Oh. Just smack my head here.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna admit it? Huh?
I don't think so.
I'd be like, what would you say?
Deathbed.
What would you say?
I would just say no. I think it was that lady.
Blame it on the innocent poor.
Blame it on the innocent.
Oh my god. You're terrible, Denise.
No admission.
I expected more of you. All right.
There's something to mystery, Rick. Mystery's important.
Who farted? I don't know.
Isn't that beautiful, though? Do you have to know who farted?
I'd like to.
Why? What difference does it make if you know who farted?
I can blame them if it's bad.
Why is it important for you to blame somebody about flatulence?
Because you're fucking up my air. It's pollution and it's inconsiderate.
But it's completely natural. We have to fart. What happens if
you don't have to fart in front of me?
What? Sometimes people can't help it.
Yeah, you can.
It just comes out. How?
Work your butthole, man. Work that butthole muscle.
Some sphincters are not as strong as others.
Well, don't be around me. Take the next elevator.
Why don't you wear a t-shirt?
Fart in your own elevator. Go fart somewhere.
Don't tell me. Okay. So you're just like, you're on point with your farting etiquette?
No, I never fart. Ever.
Ever?
No. Okay. I don't. I just tickled. No, I would admit it. Yeah, fuck yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You would admit it?
Yeah.
If it was a girl, like the hottest girl you've ever seen in your life.
Sorry, girl.
And come on, you ruin your chances. What if it was like some girl that you have a huge
It's happened.
On? Really?
Yeah. Part of life.
Yeah. Well, what happened? Tell me.
I'm sure I farted in front of girls that like I was like totally hot for or something. I'm like, damn, what's up, girl? And I'm like, oh fuck. Well, I fucked this up. Sorry about that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even say shit. I'm like, It is what it is. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, girl.
How would you feel if you farted in front of me?
Yeah.
I don't feel good about it either. All right, it's your last meal. You're serving the death penalty. What do you eat? Go.
Oh God. Bone marrow with spinach gnocchetti from Bestia. That's number 1. Chicken liver toast. Number 2.
Denise likes to dabble. She like gets a little bit of everything.
Yes.
And she dances hard.
How
Every woman dances. Pay attention, guys. Guys, next time you take your girl on a date and she's really hungry and you get her like whatever the fuck she wants and she's like stoked about it, watch her as she dances. Every girl out there dances. Homegirls, y'all know. All the female listeners, they know because they're like, yeah, I dance when I eat. So you're okay. Sorry, that was number 2. What's number 3? ¿Qué es eso?
It's a fish. Dude, what's my favorite fish?
Mojarra?
No, yeah, that one too. But I can't believe I'm going blank. I'm drawing blank. Branzino.
What is that?
Grilled branzino. It's like a sea bass. It's my favorite fish because it's so tender.
Kick his ass, sea bass. Remember that?
Yes.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, of course. I know that movie by heart.
Do you really?
I do.
Somebody was telling me it's a dumb movie. I was like,
the best movie
you're fucking stupid. You can't be my friend.
That's right. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
So branzino. And then do I have to pick a drink?
Yeah, alcoholic beverage.
Some kind of like smoky mezcal drink or some sort of like spicy tequila drink.
I think mezcal would be cool.
That'd be cool because it's like, yeah, man, I'm going out.
Going out, pimping.
Going out.
Give me a goddamn mezcal.
Mezcal, that's like it has heart.
My heart's about to stop.
Mezcal.
I need all the heart I can get.
Imagine going out. Like, imagine you're closing your eyes. You're taking your last breath. And you taste that mezcal.
Fucking mezcal. You're like, you know what, putos? It's been fucking real, ese. I'm out of here, putos. I'll see you on the other side. Hey, you fucker. I didn't like you, ese. You always stared at me. when I was in the shower. I think you're a little gay, but it's okay.
I think you farted in the elevator, man.
You know, I knew it was you, ese. I knew it was you. That shit stank, homie. That's not cool, da. I didn't fart in front of you. Do you see me doing that? That's disrespectful,
That's
ese.
disrespectful, man. That's not fart etiquette, man.
You know where I come from?
Who taught you the fart etiquette?
Hey, bro.
Nobody taught you shit.
It's because you know what? I'm glad I'm going out, so I don't have to smell your farts no more.
Yo, is that the last conversation you're having right before you go out? That's pretty sad, man.
Talking to the guard of the prison.
Come on, dude.
You're a cholo.
Oh, shit, did I just show my shoes? No. Ah! No. Don't.
They've been shown.
Don't. Cut that part out.
Okay, maybe.
Yo.
We'll think about it. Like, you can't see. Somebody's going to fucking zoom in.
Yeah. What are these? All these, like,
what are those?
Adidas fanatics are going to be like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, well.
And I'll be fired.
You're welcome, guys.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to go into some current events. Okay, we're back for some current events.
We're back.
What were you saying? One of your what?
One of my former stalkers just liked a bunch of my pictures.
Ooh.
He's such a weirdo.
Hey, girl. I'm back to stalking. Have you seen this video? Check it out. This fucking video is so funny. Have you seen this?
This is current events?
Yes.
This is a
Yes.
YouTube
Yes.
video?
Yes. It just happened. It's been going viral, Denise. All the kids are watching it. Check it out. Have you seen this?
No,
it's really fucking funny. This girl is talking, and she's just funny.
Oh my God, he did that just to cut in front.
So a car goes around and stops in front of another car on the freeway, and he gets out.
Look at this motherfucker. I'm fucking dead. Oh shit. He said, get the fuck out. Oh my God. Oh hell. Oh shit, you guys, this is awesome. Oh, he rolled down the window. Oh fuck. Oh, he spit at him.
He spit at him.
Oh,
Look at this.
his car.
Look at this.
Oh, no, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
That guy's having a real bad day.
How does that even happen? How does that even happen? What kind of a fucking car is that?
That sucks. It's because he drove it on top of his small car and flipped it. Yeah, it was nuts.
I'm in shock.
How crazy was that?
That is crazy. I love the girl who filmed it too.
I know, I love her. She's great. She was giving a great description.
Man.
Yeah, so that's how that happens.
Current events, huh?
Did you see Fergie singing a national fucking anthem?
You know, I saw like 3 seconds of it. I don't want to see it, Rick.
Why not?
Just don't, please.
I just want to watch it.
Why?
Just a little bit.
I've already seen some of it. I almost died watching it.
Why?
Because it's so bad.
Okay, I'll turn it down low. Listen.
Oh, God. Please. You're not going to make me watch the whole thing, are you?
Yep.
No.
Come on.
Rick,
Let's just watch it. Let's share this
God.
experience together. Come on.
Ugh.
Fergie.
She's remixing the national anthem. I think she was trying to do like a little jazzy thing or something. Right? But why do you change it?
At the twilight's last gleaming, bright stripes and
The musicians are just like, fuck it. Watch the players. He's trying not to laugh. You can see LeBron wants to laugh.
Come on, dude.
Hold on. This haven't gotten bad yet. She's trying to do like a Marilyn Monroe thing or something, right? That's what it sounds like.
I've had enough.
Oh my God. Listen, it hasn't gotten bad yet. I want you to get.
It hasn't gotten bad yet?
It hasn't gotten
bad?
No. Listen. Look at these players. Watch the players. Yo. They start laughing. Oh, Fergie. Look at him.
Oh, Jesus.
Jimmy Kimmel's trying not to laugh. She's feeling it too. She probably thought she was killing it. These motherfuckers are laughing. Hold on.
Let's play some basketball!
Yeah! Oh, Fergie. Fergie.
Wow.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Okay, man.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
She looked nervous as fuck, too. She sounded nervous.
That was not nerves.
What was it?
I think she was trying to make her own shit up. She might have been fucked up. I hope she was fucked up.
She's rich as fuck. That's all I know.
Oh, the Black Eyed Peas, man. I don't really want to talk about the school shooting, but it did happen this week. And I was watching this video online, and I was like, you know what? I agree with this 100%. This lady, Dana Loesch, and this is what she has to say. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Many in legacy media love mass shootings. You guys love it. Now, I'm not saying that you love the tragedy, but I am saying that you love the ratings. Crying white mothers are ratings gold to you and many in the legacy media in the back.
Somebody say boo?
And notice I said crying white mothers because there are thousands of grieving black mothers in Chicago every weekend, and you don't see town halls for them, do you?
Yeah, CNN.
Where's the CNN town hall for Chicago? Where's the
Who's this
CNN
lady?
town hall for
I don't know.
sanctuary cities?
Dana Loesch.
I'd say it's...
She's very intense, but I like the point she's making.
Where was the CNN town hall for Jamil Shah Sr.,
She's like some conservative lady, I think.
whose son was murdered by someone who illegally
making a good point,
entered
though.
the country and had been deported repeatedly? Where was his voice?
I don't see the point.
Where was the voice
That-
of those junior ROTC members last
Hold
night,
on.
CNN? If it bleeds, it leads, but it has to be the right people from the right communities at the right time. I'm really looking at a lot of the legacy media back there on the platform, and you can
She's
write
calling people
whatever you
out.
want about
She's like,
me,
"What's
and
up?
You can come find me in the hallways, and you can
wanna
scream
fight?"
at me, and you can try to confront me.
Whoa.
But I'm here. We're here. We're not going anywhere.
First of
I
all-
call BS.
Just calm down, lady. Jesus Christ.
And look at who got 8.6 million views on Facebook.
God damn.
The woman calling out the attention whores.
Who is she?
I don't know who she is, but it's a little hypocritical to me.
Why? What do you mean? I think what she's saying. I think what her point is that she's saying that now we're seeing the mass shootings, right? But they don't.
Like they don't cover violence enough?
No. What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that they're only covering it when it's convenient. What she's saying is that they're covering what they want to cover. They're not covering just random news. They focus on specific things. She's like, they love the gore, or they love the ratings. Everything's ratings based now. It's not based off of what's the best content to be put out.
Yeah, but that's just the nature of corporate media.
Yeah,
How
no,
do
I
you-
know.
what do you-
But it's not the job of the news is to inform,
advertising
though.
dollars are driving what's being covered.
Yeah, but the job of the news is to inform, not to change.
The job of the news to inform, that died a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't expect fairness out of mass corporate media. You can't.
It's true.
That's why.
She's making I guess what you're saying. She's making a repetitive point. Like, yeah, we know that.
It's like, yeah, dude.
She's also very intense.
You're calling, yeah.
She's very intense. Let's calm down, huh?
She's kind of whatever.
Yeah. So.
Am I being a contrarian?
No. I dig it. I agree with certain points she made, but at the end of the day, all politics and all that bullshit, it's all the same to me.
It's all political. I'm pretty sure she's running for office, or
Yeah.
She
totally sounds like it.
she's got media training. She's got PR people behind
Yeah,
her.
and that's what I don't like about it.
She knows exactly what she's doing, and she knows why she's doing it. And maybe there's some good intention behind it or whatever. Which, I mean, look, it's a good point to make. Yeah, I understand. Like, it's valid. It's a valid point. But it's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
You know, and
we in the belly of the beast.
How do you change? You change the conversation. You bring up, you bring things up. You do. Your action should be, bringing attention to events that are not getting the coverage.
Yeah.
Rather than crying and whining about it.
It's true. Yeah.
CNN's not going to go, oh, you know what? Homegirl just made that point, so we're going to change the way we do things around here.
They'll be like,
tonight.
Everything goes as planned, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything goes as planned. You've heard her orders.
See you tomorrow, Mary.
We're changing things around here.
All in all, fuck all that lady. Fuck that. All in all, I think it's good for people to just try and do, Denise. Don't you agree? I think people should try and do things, and I think people should get good at if you haven't gotten really good at one thing, you're really doing yourself a disservice, I think. Because I feel like you can learn a lot. Like if you just get really good at anything, you learn so much about yourself in the process. Not only that, but you can transfer that skill to anything. You just got to learn how to adapt it.
Well, I think the idea is, why did I just reach over and touch your necklace? I'm such a weirdo. I thought it was like flipped over. I think there comes a point in your life where you have to sort of like face the reality of what you're doing, right? Like you have to ask yourself, well, what am I doing with my life? And if you're 40, 45 years old and you're in a job that you hate and you're not, fulfilled in your life.
Even
you can
at
start
any
over.
age,
but you
though.
Can start over. It's going to be a lot harder, right? It's going to be a lot harder to
Sure.
turn things around then.
But look at Morgan Freeman. Made it at 58.
That's true, but he was in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean,
get good at something. It doesn't have to be anything like that. You can get good at go to a martial arts class.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think people
Get good at running, working out, climbing, something.
Absolutely.
Get good at something.
Yeah.
Try something.
But there's also like, there's a lot of fear because I feel like a lot of people think like I just need to get a job and I just need to make a living and buy a house and buy a car and just like get married and do like the thing that we're expected
that's the dangling carrot
though. Standard like American dream, right?
That's the dangling carrot. Don't take the bait, guys. Don't take the bait.
But we don't talk enough about like mastery and work ethic and that's like
that's the easy way out. Don't do that because you're not going to fulfill yourself.
Well, it's not only that you're not going to be fulfilled. The other danger is that you're going to be made irrelevant and replaceable. You don't want to be.
Yeah.
You want to master your field so that you're not replaceable, so that you're doing original work.
So you're undeniable.
Your output is so unique to you and so specific, and
that only you can. And we all do that. We all have that. We all have our own magic. Nobody's gonna do what Denise does like Denise does it, and nobody's gonna do what Rick does Rick does it.
That's right.
We all have our own light. It's very specific.
Exactly. And I mean
and there's room for all of us.
Yeah, and I mean that's where my values lie. I mean, not everyone has to think that way. Not everyone wants to some people just want to get married and have kids and just do the whole bit, and that's
which is cool.
Satisfy them, that's.
But
fine.
it's mastering itself, like being a mother. Shit, you got to get really good at being a mom. Otherwise, it's gonna be a rough go.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a whole learning experience in itself, and I'm sure that teaches a lot to people about themselves as well.
Yeah.
You see a lot of mothers that once the kids grow up, they feel real lost, and it's because they dedicated so much time and effort to another person.
Yeah, that's not so how do you master
it's like a craft.
How do you master being a mother then? Because like you said,
I think it's just about being a better version of it. And just constantly growing and trying to improve and everything.
Sure, but what happens when your kids grow up and you're an empty nester? Then what do you do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. Right? I think it goes beyond. I think it has to go beyond that. At least like.
Well, you learn so much about yourself in the process.
I think you can be a mother and you can be a fucking boss. Like at whatever you do, you can.
100%.
Yeah,
totally.
You can do both.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I think.
But I'm saying if a person just decides to just be a mother, That's a whole thing in itself.
They can just be like the best wife and the best mother, but nothing's guaranteed. I think the way you're really gonna find yourself, it's through your work.
Yep.
The only way you're really gonna build sustainable confidence, a sense of identity, a sense of purpose. I feel like the purest way to do that is through your work. Plain and simple.
With any type of work, right?
Any type of work, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, get good at it.
It's something that you're really good at,
or you at least you have a knack for or something.
Well, yeah, everybody has natural inclinations, right? Like for me, I've told you this. Like it's always been cameras. I was always obsessed with cameras, and I wanted to be a performer, but I didn't know anything about it until later. But like I can't shake it. I haven't been able to shake it. So
well, why would you?
Why would I? Right? Because it's not an easy industry to navigate, and so it does cross your mind like, whoa, what if I just like go to become a chiropractor or do something else like completely different? Like that's actually like more stable and more secure. But it's like
a fucking chiropractor.
You know what I mean? I'm just like choosing something, but it's like I can't like.
You would die.
I would absolutely die.
That's why you don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a dangling carrot.
Yeah.
And then eventually, everybody doesn't realize it also takes time.
It takes time, but what's so great about this field that we're in is like there's so much to it, right? Like there's so much involved. There's so many things like to learn. If you're an actor, if you're a filmmaker, like you can learn about like I've taken classes on animation, on audio engineering, on things that are just I've learned how to. I mean, I'm an editor. Like I've learned how to color. Like there's so many other things that I do besides, just like your standard.
That's impressive.
Filmmaking.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I think like more than anything, like for me, I think I'm really, and this has been both good and bad. Like I'm really obsessed with learning. Like I just want to learn things. Like I want to learn how things work.
Yeah. Like
I've always been like really curious, and I just like I need to.
You like to know how things tick.
Yeah, I need to figure it out. Like I'm very analytical, and I have to take in a lot of information. And not everyone's like that. Some people are just very intuitive, and they just fly by the seat of their pants. And there's an art and there's a skill to that too, and I envy that.
But I miss out on part of what you do too, though. Yeah. I don't learn enough sometimes. I just go.
You just go and do it. Well, for me, it's like I have to know like I have to know everything about something, or I have to know as much as I can about something, and then learn, and then once I have it all, I'm like, okay, now I can fly. Now I can do whatever, and I can just lose myself.
Yeah, but sometimes it just takes
break the rules.
Sometimes it takes a little longer.
It takes a little longer,
and that's what you're running into.
Yeah, but it's like that's just the way my brain operates. Like, not everyone's brain operates.
That's your process.
Yeah, and so it's like So I was like, like we were talking about. We talk a lot. Like we were talking the other day. Like, what is all this for? Like, why am I learning all this stuff? Like, why am I so curious about all this shit? Like, I just wish I just like wanted to know one thing. Like, why can't I just focus on one thing? But I think inevitably it's all preparing me for the same thing.
Yeah.
They're
all based around the same shit.
They're all based around the same thing, luckily.
Yeah. So it's not too different.
Yeah.
I think it's just pushing you towards what you want to do and what you really need to do and what you've been dying to do, which is create.
Yeah.
Create something for yourself.
Yeah, and it's like I think
direct, shoot.
Yeah.
Do your own your own film. Right, yeah. All of it.
And I think it's it's a test of patience, and it's just like sticking with it, and it's like you're on your own timeline, and
But that's why very few people can do it.
That's right. Yeah, stick with it, because it's like it's easy to lose faith. It's easy to like get impatient, or it's easy to to just. And
in those times where you want to quit, you got to go through the body. Maybe. Yeah. Or try something else. Try to go in a different way. Be like, you know what? Let me go blow off some shit. Blow off some steam. Yeah. Because these thoughts are not serving me right now. Let me go fix that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Man, I've had moments like that for sure.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, oh my God,
Go climb a little bit.
What the heck am I doing?
Feel better.
Yeah. Or go for a run or whatever.
Go jack your brains off. All right, Denise.
This is not the way I wanted to end this episode.
Listen.
We're just talking about such beautiful shit, and you just had to go ruin it with
jack your brains off.
Your penis humor, which is fine.
Oh man, we made it to episode 50, guys.
If I had a penis, I'd probably have plenty of penis humor.
Oh man, you'd be the penis joke person.
I would be like the biggest cocksucker in the world. Right? I mean, not. I don't mean that literally. I mean that like
she'd be the biggest cocksucker in the world.
Oh, there's your soundbite. You
Yep.
wanted a soundbite.
She's like,
There's your soundbite.
oh my God, I'd be the biggest cocksucker in the world.
Cut this out, Rick.
Nope.
No, you're gonna ruin my reputation. People,
What?
I'm not a bad girl. I'm not a bad person.
She said if she was a dude, which you're not.
I don't even know what I just said. I just said some dumb
It's
shit.
cool.
It doesn't mean anything.
Why are you pulling back? Double down.
Double down
Yep.
on cocksucking?
Yep. If you were a dude, she'd suck 2 cocks. Yeah. We made it to episode 50, man.
Episode 50.
We're dropping off. Thanks for hanging with us, guys. Denise, thanks for coming through.
Guys, thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for,
your what is this?
Number 50 party. Wee! I wish I had like
your
a
bicentennial.
fucking
Yeah,
I had
where are
like
the balloons?
I
Where's
know.
the confetti?
I need to hire a fucking producer, guys.
We don't even have
Before 100
cupcakes or champagne.
Before 100, it's way too wide. I'll narrow it down, but before 100, I'm going to have another fucking person hired somewhere. They're going to have their own shit, and they're going to run this whole thing, so I don't have to worry about
Hallelujah. Hell yes. By the way,
Yeah.
how many people have you had as repeat guests? Is it a small? I'm not special.
1?
Yeah?
Well,
Second?
before, we started the podcast with 3 of us on it all the time, and then, no, 2.
That
2.
don't count.
Yeah, so 2 people have been on more than once. Brian and JJ. And that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. So,
Back in the early days.
yeah. You got to do one more, and
VCR.
then, you were here 2017? Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, 2017,
So you're here
November.
for a year. Okay, this year. All right.
So what does it
We're
take
gonna
to
we're
get-
gonna have to vote for guest of the year. We're gonna have to.
Oh,
I'm
really?
gonna have
That's
people
fine.
vote
I'm
for
gonna be
guest.
at the bottom.
You never
At the
know.
bottom.
You never know.
Well,
Content.
We'll see. We'll just have to see. Can't predict the future,
Sometimes you can.
Well, sometimes you can't. You just gotta wait and see.
Yeah.
Have some patience.
All right, Denise. What do you want to tell people? That's it. Just want to say bye.
What do I want to tell people? This is all. You're always putting me on the spot.
Yeah. What do you want to tell people? What do you want to leave them off with?
What do I follow your passion? Do what you're passionate about. Live a life of passion. That's it. Fuck the rest.
That's what I wanted. Follow your passion. Fuck the rest. All right, y'all. Curious Radio episode 50. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be seeing you next week. Or you'll be seeing us.